Hello everyone, welcome to ETUs. It's a lovely Friday night and thank you so much everybody for coming here on board with us. So my name is Caroline, I'm a full-time artist and also professional MC, and I'm honored to be here to be your host tonight. So as usual, what is ETU? So basically ETU is a hybrid talk show. We have a physical audience here. So physical audience, can you all make some noise? Okay, you can hear the excited physical audience over here. And to you, those who have registered and come, you are our online audiences, thank you so much for coming. So you can say hi to us in the chat box right now. Say hi, I will shout out for your name and say hello to you too. So as you can see, usually we have our guest speaker over here, but today we will have a magic show to bring over the guest speaker. But before that, let's talk about what is ETU. So ETU is a lifestyle talk show that aims to empower people, empower youngsters especially, to be the best version of themselves, discover their passion, and bring it and try things out. Other than that, we also want to bring and inspire the stories of the successful entrepreneurs and all of our guest speakers to you so that you are also able to enjoy, and hopefully it will help you in achieving your goals too. So ETU, for your information, ETU is brought to you by ET Ideas, a social business incubator that develops people from within to follow their heart, to find out their passion and turn their passion into a career, and eventually using their unique skills to give back to our audiences here today. Not just our audiences, to everyone, impacting, follow their heart and impacting people too. So we are also supporting an NGO, a non-government organization, which is called PMDK. What PMDK does basically, they are bringing entrepreneurship and also finance literacy to schools all over Malaysia. You can check them out in the link in our description. So basically, and check them out, what do they do? And currently, we are very active traveling all around Malaysia, including Sarawak, including Sabah, Terengganu, Kelantan, Penang, Melaka, you name it. So if you are from different parts of Malaysia, you can let us know in the chat box too. So I'm just going to say hi to, yes, Ishalini, hello, yes, Emmeline Boey, hi Emmeline, nice to meet you here. Thank you so much for coming in. So I'll be checking your comments too. Just drop in the chat box so I'll be able to also say hi to you guys. Okay. So as mentioned, we have been supporting PMDK, and coming back to today's topic, we have a very special guest. And now I will bring on that special guest. So I need everyone here to give a huge encouragement to our special guest, which is Mr. Edward Boey.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay, so hello Edward, apa khabar?
Kabar baik.
Kabar baik. I'm just going to reveal a little bit of, short comedy is happening behind the scene for our online audiences actually. The physical audience can see what's happening. I've been asking Edward to stand at the side before asking him to come in. So he looks like, in school, kena hukum.
Punishment?
Punishment standing outside of the door. I mean, if you have this kind of school system, you might be able to relate to, these jokes. Okay, jokes aside. Okay, jokes aside. So basically, Edward, what do you do? Basically, he is a CEO and also the founder of Newwave Synchronizer. Newwave Synchronizer is a very successful company that develops website and also bring businesses online through helping people to build website at the same custom build website at the same time also give them services of digital marketing too. So other than that, Edward actually has played a lot of role before. So
Right?
you do. We have researched you for the whole month just for this talk show actually.
Wow.
So yes, we have a lot of photos compiled for Edward over here. He'll be surprised looking at all the pictures. Don't worry. nothing humiliating. Promise you. Edward is also a dear friend of mine. So yeah, we are friendly.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do next is, as I mentioned, he's also the host talk show for Tech Tarik. Yeah, so it's got Tech. He is in the IT world, so Tech tarik. There's also something that I will show you guys later. Why is tarik? He has a lot of love for teh tarik. That's the reason why. But I will show you photos of it. So don't worry about it. Later on, we will reveal more. But at the same time, Edward has been supporting the Young in Ascendance International Youth Movement, being a corporate partner. At the same time, he has traveled to different schools with us also. He has supported different programs in Ascendance. At the same time, he also is spending time with us here at ET Youth, sharing his wisdom about the IT world, about how he actually be a successful entrepreneur, and in not just in his career and also in his personal life. Okay, so I don't want to talk so much. That's why we have done so many research. Because talking is just not enough, you know. We want to be able to give visual aids to everyone. Therefore, we have compiled a behind-the-scene video. We have compiled a video about how Edward, as the CEO of Newwave Synchronizer, and also his life, how he has been contributing, how he has been connecting to different people and bring him to his success today. So I hope you enjoy the clip.
Thank you.
Okay, so Edward, I hope you like the video. Please say do.
Can I request to have the video as well?
Okay, can we please collaborate with your business page and us too?
Can, yeah.
Okay, we help each other for marketing. Okay, so that is Edward and what he does in Newwave Synchronizer and other roles that he plays too. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you have questions onwards for today's topic, which is connecting beyond the internet, having the power of a good conversation, you can drop in the chat box. I just want to say hello to Saiful here. Hi Saiful, nice to meet you. Some of your friends actually did join and registered and joined and say, I'm Edward's friend. That's the reason why I'm here today. Thank you so much. He has a lot of friends, definitely. And hi Lechimi. Lechimi is from Johor. Thank you for being here, Lechimi. Nice to see you here too. We have excited audience among our physical crowd here today, and that's talking about Legoland because he heard the name Johor. Okay, Edward, are you ready for the first question now?
Fingers crossed.
Okay, basically why we selected Edward as a guest speaker to talk about connecting beyond the internet, the power of having a good conversation, is because one thing, you have a very unique way, knowing you in our pre-interview, you actually have a very unique way to communicate with people.
Okay.
I want to ask a question here. Those who are in the audience, please let me know, how many of you feel comfortable to just walk up to anybody, total strangers in a bus stop or in a courthouse, mahkamah, and say, hi, do you want to be friends with me? Anyone, you raise your hands up if you really does this. No, everybody's just shaking it. Okay, there's one here. Okay, that's 7 years old here, very, very excitedly raising her hand up. Okay. Okay, so basically, we don't usually do that, right? So, but Edward here, can you share, we're going to bring out a few different stories here. Can you share one of the recent stories of you? Kena saman, and how were you at the courthouse and how do you connect to people over there?
Okay. Okay, not recently, I mean, 2 months ago, I think I kena saman lah. But this saman is you cannot just pay the saman. You need to go to mahkamah to pay because I was using my device. So
Okay.
please don't use your phone while driving. And remind me also if you ever caught me doing that.
Okay.
So that's number one, very important lesson. So then I need to go to Macau as the first time. So I was also a bit scared lah. It was first time going, right? So I go there. How I overcome it is like, get busybody, talk to you, how you go. But first, when I first arrived at Macau, there were so many people. It was like I arrived at about 8, I think about 8, 7, about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's already packed with people, all waiting to go in. So I'm like, oh dear, so this is gonna be a long day. So then I went there, wait for my turn. Then while waiting, while lining up, then that's where it started. It's like, waiting, nothing much to do, right? Then everyone seems to be in a anxious mode also while waiting. So you myself start a conversation with people. It's like, oh, what do you do? How it happened? So same thing. Oh, I'm using my phone, But so happened the people I met, it's like they actually do all the research. I didn't even do any research. I only saw one friend and that's it. So she tell me, oh, what to expect, everything. Like, wow. And then apparently before you go to court, you also need to wear a mask. I still didn't wear a mask.
Okay.
So I asked the person to hold my spot, and then I go up and get a mask for myself lah.
That's so kind of them holding your spot some more.
Yeah, but in return, I brought extra masks and give to some people lah.
Oh, that's nice.
Then you make some new friends there lah. So no man lah.
Okay.
Then after that, I in the end we somehow got a few comrades lah. Because
okay.
So everyone is like, you get to know each other there. It's like all set facing the same challenge. So when we go into the court, we register first. They'll take your IC and your saman. Then after that, you go into the courtroom. Going in the courtroom, that's where they will call you. You have to wait for your turn, and then one by one you go in. So that's where luckily, I mean, I don't know how they work the system, but I was somehow the last to go in. But it was so nice of them. Those who went in, they tell me the whole experience inside. So it's not too nervous anymore and how much I need to pay.
Okay.
So they tell me, oh, you need to make sure admit your effort, which is true.
Okay.
And then I had to follow that process, admit effort. And then luckily, they lowered down the saman, which usually is 1,000 ringgit.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah, if you pay the full one.
Okay, but did you pay the full one, 1,000 ringgit?
No. I paid 180 ringgit.
How come?
Because you have to go through a process. You go in there and say that I'm sorry. You listen to them and then admit your fault and tell them it's my first time, which is the truth. And then make sure don't do it again.
Okay.
Then the judge will give you 180.
Okay. So basically, prior to this, you don't have any experience of kena saman or anything, right? Someone who go to court.
Kena saman go, but not going to court.
Okay. So this is first time you're going to court, but during your time in court, you start making friends over there already. Yes. That's how you get the information, how to present to the judge to give you 180.
Yes.
180 instead of kena saman 1,000 ringgit.
Yes.
Right, that's a good deal, man.
Yeah, but apparently someone went inside, I saw, the film never say anything. It's like, the first they'll ask you, they'll read out your issues, the saman, then after they ask you, then they ask, do you understand? Yes. Then after that, they ask you, do you mengaku salah? Then you say, yes, of course. Then the third one is, do you have anything to say? If you don't say anything, then you get the full saman.
Okay.
So there's one fella actually didn't say anything when I was in that room. So
then what happened?
He get 1,000 ringgit saman.
What do you mean when he didn't say anything? When the court people asked him, he just said...
Yeah, he just didn't say anything. Then the judge will repeat again. You got anything to say? If not, you will get the full saman. He said, nothing. Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay. He's just willing to pay. Okay, that's interesting.
Very scary. I don't know why he do that. I was thinking, what can I do with that money?
Okay, I probably know what you do.
Eat the
Yes. Okay, bringing to that, actually talking about eating, right? Talking about eating and food. One thing that I found out when doing a pre-interview with Edward is actually everybody here. Okay, can I ask who doesn't like to eat here? Who likes to eat? Everybody loves to eat. Everybody. We are Malaysians, basically. Malaysians, memang we love all the food that we can get. So basically, one thing that we found out that go back to long time ago into how you are the way you are today, being such a good conversation, good a person who has a very good skill, very good, unique skill to have good conversation and a very unique skill to, connect to people immediately. And also, for example, the story that you have mentioned, people take care of your spot during the mahkamah and you can go off and buy mask and then come back some more.
No, not by it's in my car.
Oh, it's in your car.
It's right in the highest floor, so I have to go back.
Okay.
So I parked in the highest floor. I don't know why I went up all the way and parked the highest floor and then walked down.
and then you came back, you still pass the mask to everyone. Things like that. These are very genuine action, genuine connection to people, which is very rare. Because if you ask me truthfully, I don't think I will do it. I don't think I have that thought so far away.
Because I see many people no mask, so I think myself just bring for everybody since I got a big stack in my car. Right?
Okay. Can we ask how do you form this kind of genuine character? How do you form this kind of thinking for others?
Okay, I don't know how to answer this, but I will try.
Dropping the bomb early in the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe I tend to listen more to people.
Okay.
I think people like to be heard. And then from there, you try to see how you can help the people out, I guess, to what you can. I mean, not saying that you if you yourself no food, then you give your last food, then you suffer. But I mean, to what you can. If you know you got extra and you have extra resources, if you can share, I think that is where you help everyone to be better in that sense. I feel that also what you do for others, it should be back to yourself. I mean, what you give, you could also come back as well. I mean,
so basically, what goes around comes around itself. Okay, that's deep.
Or do unto others. You don't want to hurt people, right? Don't hurt people.
do unto others what you want to be done to yourself.
Yeah, don't forget that.
something around there. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me.
Correct me.
So, guys, if you have questions, please do just mention in the comment below, or the physical audience. If you have questions, you can always just ask us straight. Or what do you want to know from Edward's story, which is connecting beyond the internet, and also the power of a good conversation. Okay, there was one of the time, right? I asked Edward this question. I was recently invited to a social event, like a wedding thing, and I'm just dragging my leg. Oh, I don't want to go because it's scary to go to a new place. It's scary to talk to people, especially if I can't see how is it related to my goal. If you ask me to go for a parent event, of course I can go because it's very related to my goal. I teach children art, so I love to go to this kind of networking. But going to social event that I cannot see connected to my goal, I started talking to Edward about it. And I asked Edward, why should I go? What does that relate to my goal? How do I have a conversation with people at this place? I mean, I cannot see the connection itself. And can you share the other half of the story?
In your case, I'll share is more like, one is, I guess you can enjoy the food lah. I will enjoy that.
Okay. Can I love food? I can enjoy food.
Second is that people there is always nostalgic now. You just see people get married, then maybe that's the time you start reminding them that, hey, if you get married, I can help you in your whatever that you do lah. If it's the arts, decorate, whatever lah, or when they have kids at time, or those who are going to the wedding, they will bring kids So you could start talking to the parents and say, hey, I do art as well, and share with them about what you do. More. I mean, that's more on sharing on your services and all but at the same time, it's also a chance to catch up with old friends For me, it's also that I mean, it's finding out how are they after so long. You never know what has happened to them. Things may have changed. So that's the curiosity part on my side But that's where you can also share. Maybe from there you can see how you can connect further. Maybe some of them already started a school, who knows, right? And then they could also help you out on that. Hey, then you can be a teacher there.
I wouldn't have thought so far. I don't want to go all the time. But after listening to you, it does help me actually. It does help me, and I rethink my position and say, you know what, I can go. I really can go, and it really helped me. So the next thing that I wanted to ask is actually, so the next thing I asked Edward immediately was, so how do I start a conversation?
Over a wedding, it's always quite simple. How you know the bride, how you know the groom. It's already at the event.
Okay.
Then they'll share lah, or how I know from this. Then you also can share on your side lah. Then after that is standard question is always what you do, right?
Okay.
What do they work as, right? I mean, that's the standard thing that usually most of the time that you ask lah. So if you want to go beyond that, usually I will be curious of that industry one. I mean, if I never heard of it before, even if I heard of it, sometimes I would like to maybe learn a little bit more and find out lah, because you will never know when you need this information. That's for me lah. And then after that is more like see how you connect from there lah. If you can help them out, or you can also share with them, hey, this is a solution that you can try out with arts, or if they are very stressed, arts can also relieve stress. Then that's an angle you can go in, right?
Okay, so basically on this story itself, actually, Edward has been helping over, like you see in the video clip that we have presented, over 400 clients worldwide. His clients is not just in Malaysia, it's actually in different continents also. So, and more than that, I heard stories of you connecting your clients. Sometimes you are in the IT website industry, right? But sometimes your client, when you're close to your clients and you're very genuine, you are making friends with your clients itself, what you did was you go more than just your service. If I can help you more, I want to help you more, because it's a good and benefit of the society as a whole. Everybody come up together, not I alone come up. Everybody can come up together. It's such a good feeling, So what I'm saying is, usually you would actually try to connect them to the services that you know. Do you have any stories like this?
I think maybe not for them. Maybe start with ourselves first. It's like we notice one issue in the industry, how we start having for Newwave lah. It's like they will always have issues on website, like people cannot finish your website. Web developer not contactable. That was the starting point. We realized, hey, that seems to be a problem. So that's where we went to that line website. Then after that, we also realized how we position ourselves also. It's also by supporting our clients in the sense that we service agencies because they don't have to set up their own web department or web development team. So we become like their outsourcing arm, but we represent them.
Okay.
So that we don't always have to find new clients and then they find first. Technically, I'm lazy.
So truthful. Okay, but I can continue the story.
So from there, that's where we create a symbiosis of how we support them and support us as well at the same time. So they don't have to set up web team and any technical things that they can come to us. We can advise them and all. Then same time, we also along the way we'll get a client from them. Now beyond that is like let me see what example I can think of. Like sometimes if people are looking for a certain type of services, we also try to recommend them one. Like let's say even house, whatever, like even nearby one, or house rosa. So we do services for the apartment, whatever. Then we try to link up our clients, or interior designers, or property developers. So sometimes we got to deal with property, so we try to link a client who do interior design to them, and then they see how they can work things out. I mean,
why do you do that actually? I mean, if you've done your job already, as a web developer, you have provided the digital solutions they need and stuff like that. Why do you go to the extra mile and do it?
Because if you help them grow, everyone grows together,
Okay.
I mean, I believe in that lah. If they grow, I think they will also remember us, and somehow we all grow together lah. It's like an economy.
Okay.
Economy, if you spend within the same region of economy, then everyone will flourish, right? So something like that concept lah. And sharing resources and contacts. So if I share my contacts with them, they will somehow remember, hey, ever refer me that one. Maybe I should help him out also. But not necessarily always calling, hey, when are you referring? Don't do that. It doesn't work that way. So it's like somehow by sharing, helping them each other out, I think somehow naturally they want to help back lah. Because it's like, what's that word? Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yes.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
So it's like you also keep in touch, not only just for business purpose lah.
Okay.
Like sometimes they may you just randomly catch up with them for things like, hey, let's have lunch, let's have and see what's happening with them, because people will change over time. or they may have a certain requirement at certain times of life.
Okay.
And we see how to connect them with other people. Like example, maybe I can be a best program. Yeah. One of the program that Vasala runs. It's a training company.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we share our clients who's looking for this type of training and see how they change their life, and that helps him. So both sides win. The client requires something in their life that they don't know, and at the same time, my client as well, they also provide this training, so both sides win-win.
It brings me back to the things that you mentioned. What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes this is it looks such a simple concept, but it's not as simple as it is. It's it looks simple. No? I do for you this one, you do for me this one, and trade that. But it's not exactly what Edward is doing, you know. Yeah. And he does it in a very genuine way, and hoping that with good thoughts that people grow. And that's how it comes back. It eventually comes back to him in terms of some of you were asking in the form itself, can you guys please ask Edward about his traveling experiences? Okay. So there's one of the traveling experiences that I really want Edward to share here, definitely. It's his fully sponsored trip to Japan. Okay, I have never heard people get, I don't know, except for winning a lottery, I think. I never heard anyone else like suddenly winning, go for a sponsorship to Japan.
Yeah, that's so chubby.
Yeah. Okay, these are all from your social media. So I didn't pry into privacy. I just get whatever's on your social media. The good thing is you have been working on your health, so you can see much healthier already, right?
Yes.
So it's a reminder. So basically what I wanted to ask is, ask you, can you share about us, how does this fully sponsorship trip to Japan actually happens? It's not just rare. No? I never heard of this kind of story before.
Okay, how it got happened, it so happened we were servicing a company that does travel. And actually, I have a conversation with my niece beforehand. But I don't know if she remembers that, because we were talking about traveling to Japan, and she asked, can travel for free or not? I don't know, can or not, but maybe we'll put that in mind. So okay lah. There was just one simple conversation we had. Then after that, somehow we got a travel client. They specialize in Japan. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'll learn about Japan from this and see how much is it, then I can budget in in future.
Okay.
So after that, one day after we serviced him for a while, they say, hey, we are invited to go to Japan. It's fully sponsored, the air ticket, the food, everything. And you want to go or not? He asked me that. I said, oh, of course I want to go. He said, but you need to write a report when you come back. I can tell you the whole experience. So if you notice, the thing I put hashtag is a JICE. It's a program where they invite people to go there to experience Japan in terms of their culture, their food, the place they stay, and even sometimes you get to talk to locals there as well.
That's so fun, man. So fun. So fun. I want.
So then if I go, then go lah myself. So it's my first time. And even during that trip also, somehow we were very lucky. I don't know if you call it lucky or not, but again, conversation. So when I arrived there early at the airport, I was talking to a few people, because it's not only that company that's going. They invite a few different people going also, a few different travel agencies to experience that. So I was talking to a few of them. So they'll say, oh, they've been there how many times? I said, oh, it's my first time going.
Your friend Saiful here said, Bocho. He didn't ajak me and go together.
Sorry, many years ago.
Yes, it was many years ago. Okay.
Before pandemic.
Okay.
I think 1 or 2 years before pandemic.
Yeah, that's quite long ago.
So so then I was there early. Then I again make friends with travel agents. I said, oh, my first time going there. They said, oh, your first time. They said, okay, let me see, I can help you upgrade. So the fella actually went to the counter with a few of us. They said, can help to upgrade the seat, because usually it's economy. So a few of us got upgraded to, I think, one level above economy in the Japan Airlines for free. So then we get to experience the better food and whatever they give us a few extra things.
So come back. How do you get the upgrade again? Is it in the package together with the client gave you? How do you get this upgrade?
By talking to a few of those agents here. I gotta tell them it's my first time. Because they went a few times already.
Oh Lord.
So upgrade from economy to another level above lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just having a very hard time to wrap my head around how did you actually talk to people and get yourself upgraded to first class.
It's
Oh
not
my
on purpose.
God.
I just started asking it about how's their experience like in Japan. That was my first time. Oh, first time. So like they look at me like, oh, Kasian. Because they've like been before so many times because they're all travel agents
Yes, yes.
that specialize bringing you to Japan. Then I think,
Okay.
why are you all still going to Japan, right? Because you all been there so many times.
Okay.
So that was like how I was feeling. And I was also telling them like, oh, how come you're going again if you've been there so many times, right? He said, don't know, maybe our company invite us to go, then we go lah. Then okay lah. Then he said, okay, we'll see whether can help you upgrade. Then they go to the counter and ask her. Because they've been traveling a lot, so they know the people at the counter. Ma.
Yes. Airlines are a bit more. This one
so they said, got space to upgrade or not? Then they said, oh, got. Then okay, they do it for us.
Oh goodness, take me and travel together. I also want free upgrade someone to first class. I also want.
It was very nice people lah. So happened in that trip.
It's exciting to hear your stories actually. So I have some features that I also selected because I really love it. I saw that opportunity to take a bullet train. Basically a bullet train. There's a question for you actually as I was looking into your photos, right? One is bullet train. I can see the interior of it. It's memang like very, like an aircraft. But there's also another interior, it's more woody type one. Is that a bullet train too?
Woody, no, that's probably...
No, this is the one actually, this one.
Oh, okay, it's a train museum.
Oh!
It's a train museum.
Okay, it's a train museum. So I thought in Japan they still have this kind of train.
No,
it looks like
no,
a movie.
No, it's a train museum. So we were there to experience their transportation system.
Okay.
That's why we got to see their bullet train and all.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, the ticket for bullet train is very expensive, right?
Yeah. But I don't know how much they all got.
Few $100. One way, few $100, really, few $100 in Malaysian ringgit. It's not cheap to sit the bullet train in Japan actually. Maybe you can Google it up and see how much is it and stuff like that. But this bullet train, is it sponsored too?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, how? How is it possible?
We only have to pay for any extra food that we get, that's all. But everything is all included.
Okay.
We also have onsen as well when we're there. Onsen means like the hot spring. So some of the places they go, they provide the hot spring also, the hotels, as well as one of the resort that we stayed in. We went to one resort, like it's the middle of, all of them is like forest lah, but right in the middle is one resort. I think it's Nagoya, that one. Yeah, that place is Nagoya. So right in the middle there, we also stayed and experienced the hot spring in nature and all. So that's another experience.
That's so nice. Okay, this is, guys, I'm letting you know this little secret. This is only one of the personal goals that he achieved, going to Japan. Some fully sponsored, not enough. Some got upgraded to first class flight, all because of having a good connection, good conversation. Do you see the magic happen during the good conversation with the travel agent, and we got him to just upgrade his air flight ticket, which I'm still wrapping my head around. But anyway, this is just one of the trips. There's another trip that was also very amazing. So many people, right? So many people in Malaysia. He was selected and went on to this Silicon Valley in USA. So it's a market immersion program. So it's something got to do with work, but not exactly from but the opportunity doesn't come in through the company, which is Newwave Synchronizer, correct?
Yeah, it's through our client as well.
Yes, correct. It's through his client again. And your client is
It's also a travel agency.
Travel agency, okay. Now I think after this, everybody go and get a travel agency client after that. I think.
No, because I'm close to them as well. Then they say, hey, we were invited to go this, but it's not relevant to us, they say, because it's technology related. So it's like, you want to go or not? Then say, okay, can also.
Okay. So how was your experience there actually?
This was nice because it's one of the bucket lists to go to US, and I always wanted to also visit my family there. I have a family, but it's the other side of the country. I mean, in the US lah, which is in New Jersey. So, but that one you have to settle yourself lah.
Okay, totally understand.
But at least the rest of it that I go there to US is settled. That's
the flight itself is already
the flight we have to settle, but over there everything is all covered lah.
Accommodations and stuff like that. That is more than enough, man.
Yeah, I mean especially in Silicon Valley, right?
Yes, in Silicon Valley, I don't think so. Everybody can just access Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know.
I think so. How many of you here has to go and access Silicon Valley?
But anyway, the program was to experience like Google, some of the top tech companies over there.
Someone go and experience top tech company.
And they brought us food also. We tried the Impossible Burger.
What is with the Impossible Burger?
It's like it's supposed to be meatless, but it's actually a burger. It's they make it as a burger, but they call it Impossible Burger. Really tastes like burger, but it's not burger. It's plant-based.
Okay, so it's plant basically is cultivated in the lab, is it?
Yeah.
The meat is cultivated in the lab itself.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I think this is the first time I heard about plant-based meat and stuff like that, and that's the reason why this year I got to try it out.
Oh.
Yes, I got to try this kind because I think this is a story that I heard before. It comes from this story. See, good conversation makes me want to try plant-based, makes me want to go more ecological, makes me want to go more environmental friendly and stuff like that. Okay. Moving on to the next one is actually since you're talking about food and all and stuff like that.
But actually, I spend a bit more on this one. The US trip, right? It's actually very good somehow because some of the, like you said, the contacts from there. Some of them actually came in to support Ascendance as well.
Oh, how does that work actually?
Because of the trip, we got to know them a bit better, right? Because this trip was a bit longer, and there were a lot more entrepreneurs in this trip. So it's a few of us are Malaysians that actually was going there. So a few of these entrepreneurs that we got to know, somehow they were quite well off in their name lah, and also happened. So I tried to somehow link them out to Ascendance. Some of them actually became a corporate partner for Ascendance also. And some also actually, I think, send their kids for Ascendance program and all.
In the US, they send...
No, after they come back lah. No, because of all the Malaysians.
Oh, okay.
A few Malaysians
also
go there.
Malaysians over there. So you meet Malaysian in USA and bring the Malaysian come back here and connect to Ascendance.
It's actually a few of us that goes to the trip. So that's where I know them in that group lah.
Wow.
Then when we come back, that's where we get in touch with them.
Okay. To those who were watching earlier, also we have seen that Edward is also one of the main supporter of Ascendance International Youth Movement, who wants to bring change, change to the Gen Z, to empower them to be the best version of themselves, to also discover their passion. Start earlier. You can be in school at the same time. You can also be starting what you wanted to do. You know what is that change maker, I would call them. Okay, we have a picture of it. It's actually 1 million teens. So yes, we have this. We are proud to announce that we are a corporate partner and things like that. But Edward, can I ask you, why are you so involved in this cause of supporting the young at Ascendance and all?
Why?
Yeah, even your team are all youngsters.
If you don't start learning to communicate with them or talk to them, then when you going to do lah?
What do you mean?
I mean, we always hear today, a lot of people complain that youngsters are, what's that word? In the corporate line, especially, it's like they different, the way they deal with them is different, or they have issues and all. But are we actually taking the step in terms of communicating with them, learning about what is their needs? Because they grew up in a different environment. They grew up with technology, right?
Yes.
So the way you talk to them is also different. Sometimes right in front of you, you also need to WhatsApp them or even use device to message them rather than having a face-to-face conversation. But again, that's the starting point of talking. But it's good to also have personal conversation. Just that it's different how you approach them. I think we all should learn how to manage that, learn that, because they're the futures, right?
Yeah.
If we don't start doing it now, then the gap might be too much already that we don't learn to do it when we still have the energy We're not getting younger, right?
Yeah, but you still have this very young vibes.
Yeah, that's also probably the reason, because they have all the young energy, right? So we get sometimes the ideas from them as well. And hopefully that's how you get the ideas and apply in what we do as well, the business and all.
Okay, so you're saying that, how do you have a very, a good connection with, okay, for example, your team members? This time we have brought up your team members, a few of them. They're all very, very young. Gen Zs, right? Gen Y and Gen Zs.
Early Gen Y I think. Early Gen Y, Gen Z.
No, late Gen Y, isn't it?
Late Gen.
Yeah, late Gen Y.
20s.
In their 20s, mid-20s, or below
Earlier.
25, I think. It's somewhere below 25 years old and stuff like that. That is his team member actually. How do you, a lot of the working force out there, and also there are some parents here, there are some teachers here, and there's some different age group here also. What is it how do you get yourself connected to these different groups of people?
How? I think by seeing sometimes what they do and get to know a little bit of the trends. Like actually, I learn a lot from my niece sometimes.
Okay, do share. Your niece is actually here. Emeline is here. I mean, say hi to your uncle. He's talking about you right now. So.
You feel so old. I mean, from the trends and having conversation with them, I think that's where you learn about them, their culture.
Okay.
And sometimes they have their slangs. I still don't remember all of them. But it's like you learn that language. They have their own language as well. Like bruh.
Do they say still? Do you guys still say bruh? I don't know. I'm not a trendy person. I'm very old, so.
No, I'm still learning them.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just to annoy them.
Okay. Okay. So how does that help you in your own personal growth and your business and your career?
It's like keeping yourself updated even with this communication as well. If you don't communicate at all totally with any younger generations, even a little bit, I mean, I know they're on the phone now, but at least you learn about what games they play, what are they doing in that game world even sometimes. Then how are you going to learn also how to, what's that word? Avoid the negative influence also, right? I mean, you have kids also. If they're playing on Roblox, for example, what are they talking about on Roblox? You know, I mean,
yeah, to have a conversation, you got to know what the other people is interested in.
Yeah, and you need to take a slight interest in it, at least.
Yeah.
You even play a bit of it. So I played a little bit on a younger niece. There's another younger niece as well, on Roblox. So she teach me a little bit about Roblox. And then you find out what are the things that they are talking about. That at least you know and you're aware what's happening with them. So you can also try to reach out to them through that as well sometimes.
So sometimes it's like using their lingo to communicate with them.
Yeah, and creating that connection. Otherwise, it's like, what are you going to talk about, right? If you want to share a certain message with them, at least you know they're on Roblox. Okay, maybe you research a little bit, then you can find a certain angle to communicate with them. That's what I think lah.
Very interesting. You put a lot of effort to connect to people actually, really.
It's not the effort. If you're curious about things, then you should be. I think you enjoy that. That's me lah.
Okay, this is something that I wanted you to visit. It's also in the pre-interview. We get Edward to revisit his childhood.
Ayo.
So interested in it. And asking how usually I found this is a habit pattern. Being genuine with people is a character build and it's a habit pattern. It's not naturally everyone is like that. Things like that, but you have cultivated it since I believe you cultivate a very good habit since you're young. So can we just revisit your childhood itself and tell us a little bit more? How did you come to afford this kind of curiosity and genuine connection to people?
Okay, curiosity probably come from my dad first. I think when he brought back the computer, then I was curious about it. Generally, you want to explore the game lah. As any kid, you want to play, right? So I was curious. Then good thing he shared with me lah. Then how you learn how to set up a computer at that time, and probably that also leads the interest of going into IT lah. In terms of the childhood part, I am a type who loves food. Again, coming back to that.
There's no harm in loving food. There's really no harm.
But there's a reason why I love food too much. Maybe because every day my mom makes bread for me. So I mean, every day you have bread, so you find ideas. Okay, what can I have other than bread? Although I have bread already. So I sometimes will go to mix with different friends because some friends will have, they buy certain food. Then I either take some of their food with permission. Okay. Not forcefully.
Okay, and they're okay with that.
Yeah, they're okay with that.
Okay.
But I guess now it's payback time. Karma.
Okay. Can you share a little bit more? How do you get to know different people? I mean, food is your common point. Everybody eats, and because you wanted something else different than bread is nice, but every day eating bread, you wanted something different.
It's given by my mom, yeah. So some friend who bring food every day, the parents cook for them. It's always very nice food, so I like to mix with him as well.
Auntie, Uncle Edward's mom, Auntie, if you're watching, he's not complaining anything. He's just sharing his childhood memory about how these actually drive him to actually become somebody who start connecting to people. So he started off with food, and then you become genuine friends. And food is actually a fundamental needs. It's not easy for especially children to just share my food with you. It builds a trust and a genuine friendship first. Then people will be able to let go. That's
I didn't
actually
know that.
human evolution. So anyway,
Okay.
anyway, what? So from that journey started, you start connecting to different people, and then you get try out different foods and stuff like that.
Different groups of people, because in school, I don't know if now it's still the same. You know, there will be like one group of people only talk about these things, one group of people talk different. I don't know, in school they have that, right? I don't know now.
It should have, I think, should have. Yeah.
So I also am a busybody, I guess, from there. That's how I learn to mix with different group, or learn how to mix with different group.
Okay.
And have the interest differently, but yeah, then after that is how you manage your time later on when you grow older.
So from different groups, it makes you very fluid, because different groups. Can you describe what are the different groups that you join in?
So one group loves cyber cafes.
Okay.
One group loves about talking about nonsense, because boys, right? But you can't blame it. I mean, boys will be boys.
I won't ask about the nonsense. I'll let it go. Okay.
And then one group talks about what do you call that? Oh, one guy I hang out with talks a lot about the histories of China.
Wow.
One guy loves to talk about fashion, which I find a bit different, although he's a guy.
Okay.
And what else? Some people talk a bit more negative things, gangsterism and those things. Yeah, but that was that time.
Okay.
And then, those kind of different.
We only mix around with guys only?
No, girls as well. Some girls, they talk about the books. They have those story books. Last time was called Animorph. Somehow I like that. I don't know why. They play about Batu Seremban, that one.
Okay.
But that was much younger lah. So then, what else?
As a young age, you already start mingling with different people. So you're very fluid, you know. You're very fluid. You're going around, and you don't have a judgmental perception of people. You join cyber cafe person. Some people have a very perceptive perception about people who go cyber cafe. These people don't want to study and stuff. I don't know, whatever it is and stuff like that. But you don't have it. You're okay, and it doesn't really influence you to must go and addicted to cyber cafe and stuff like that. And if you join people who like to talk some nonsense or stuff like that, that doesn't mean you'll be coming and talking nonsense too.
But it's also, I wouldn't say nonsense, more like maybe it's just a form of stress relief.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay. You're just learning the lingo of different people.
Yeah.
Something like that. So how does this actually how does these skills, right, that you gained when you were younger as a child, going around, mixing with different people, not having this very judgmental perspective, right, help you in your growth in your business and also your personal career growth? I mean, your personal growth and stuff. Right?
I think from there, that's where it got more and more. I think when at one moment of time, it's like I could go around hanging out with people from the NGO side. I was quite active in NGO one moment at a time. I was active in church.
Okay.
I was active in temple.
Temple. Okay.
I was curious with people selling things online.
Okay.
Youth, there's different group youth organization, not only Ascendance. Last time, before Ascendance. I was also talking to them. There's business group, PNI, JCI.
That's a lot.
So yeah. So but it's more like that was a learning time I mean, but now I've reduced a lot Now it's just handling the clients and see how we can help each other. Last time I was like everywhere, joining this organization, jumping to this organization.
Okay.
But it's more of, I guess, discovering stage It's finding your angle and what you can hang on to learn and you learn a lot more by talking to people That's for me.
That's very interesting actually. And also I saw that there are times that we will call up at work, if you need something. Do you know, nothing got to do with IT one, I know it's in the IT industry. So usually IT industry, everything got to do with IT, you call up an IT person. But sometimes there's things like nothing got to do with IT. Your lampu rosak at home, or your toilet not working, your plumbing and stuff like that. We will just call at work. Do you know anyone who did that? He said, wait, then he of that, your clients who gave you the opportunity to go to Japan, fully sponsored, go to USA, partially sponsored and stuff like that, and simply because they say it's not relevant to them, but pass it to you. How do they? There's so many, as a company, there's so many people you engage with, there's so many suppliers, but out of so many suppliers, they actually goes to you. They remember you.
I suppose so. I think keep in touch lah. Because not only I treat them as a client, you treat them as a friend as well. You don't look at them like, oh, they are client, and you must draw the line very clearly. No going beyond that boundary. So they are generally human as well. So as human, we should be able to be friends, right? So from that, I guess I look at it that the boundary is that, I mean, of course, you don't until go toilet together, no lah.
Ew, okay.
That's too much lah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, generally
Holding hand
be a
goodbye.
friend lah, yeah.
Okay.
Don't do that lah.
Okay.
What I mean is just being a friend and that not drawing that too professional in terms of your client cannot be more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know actually. You just basically build a very long-term, you build a very long-term relationship, a genuine connection. That's how you get all these opportunities. What goes around comes around to you actually.
But even the recent one also, I'm going to travel.
Oh,
But this is for work and leisure as well. And the last one, not last one, I mean, one of the places I wanted to visit is UK. So I wanted to see, I have a family there as well. So happen I'm there for work and for leisure.
Yeah.
So happen one of my clients is also going there. See, the timing seems to be perfect. He's already there already actually. So he got a place there, a nice place. So he said, hey, so I told him I'm going there. And he said, hey, stay with me lah. I got a place to stay.
Your client offered you to stay with him in UK. So UK is expensive, especially the accommodation.
Yeah, now it's going up.
But your client offered you to stay.
Yeah.
That's great actually. That's very great opportunity.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay there with him first for the first week for the leisure period. So okay lah, he'll say, I'll bring you around and all. Okay, can.
I felt so envious of your life actually. So positive things that's coming back to you. So again, I think it's coming back to, what goes around comes around. The more positive energy that you actually created in your thoughts, your words, and your action. So in thoughts, your words, you're helping your clients, very genuine relationship, very genuine conversation, very genuinely want to help other people. You don't know how does it come back one day to you. So what goes around comes around. This is what my learning itself. Okay. I felt that is also a business tool, right? for me, I found this whole thing that how you have run your lifestyle has helped you in your career growth, has helped you in your personal growth, and it is a tool. And oftentimes, it is a tool. It is a tool. It's a very intangible tool that you just can't bite on it, you can't chunk on it. It's just there.
How to calculate, right?
It's how to calculate this kind of tool, and it's amazing. It's a talent, and it's also a skill. It's something that we can nurture also. So actually today we have a very special offer to everybody here. So before I pull out that special offer to everyone here, Edward, would you want to think about, before we end the show, we have only a few more minutes to go.
Okay.
Guys, if you have questions, give us your last question. If not, we're going to end the conversation shortly. So what is your 1, 2, 3 step, or what's your last words that you would like
last word?
I mean a conclusion that you would like to offer to our audience here today, so that it can inspire them to be the best version of themselves, connecting beyond the internet, and also have a good conversation. I'll let you think about it first, and I'll come back to you.
Okay.
So you see, relief, right? You can think about it for a while. So, okay, let's draw out the special offer that we have today. So what we have today is Edward and his team is going to have a master class by ET Ideas is about discovering effective business tools. And what is effective business tools itself? Like I mentioned, many people thought business tool is only something that is tangible, like AI chat and stuff like that. It is important to have all of that, but there are other things that is also available. And with people who have experiences as deep as Edward, as much as Edward, he will be sharing a lot more in this workshop itself. So as you can see, Edward, the CEO and founder of Newwave Synchronizer, and also Sui, which is one of his company's core member, will be sharing a lot more on their knowledge and wisdom and experiences of how you can bring yourself into the online world. At the same time, you can also bring yourself expand beyond boundaries in the internet world also. So with that, we have a special offer. Usually this is 75 ringgit per pax. But for those who are coming here today at ET Youth, physical or online audiences, we have a very special offer for you. One person is 50 ringgit and two person will be 80 ringgit. Sometimes we are shy a little bit to come on our own, right? But you still want to know, oh, business tool, website, what do I do? Or how can I communicate people better and things like that. I'm only giving you, today's talk show is only about the iceberg. Iceberg, there's a lot more deeper things that you can learn, and we cannot cover within 1 hour. This workshop will be around 3 hours, so there's more things that will be covered here. So if you're interested, we are dropping the link of the form in the chat box right now. Do sign up there at the chat box. Someone from our team will reach out to you in regards to what is the next step after you sign up for this workshop. So bring your friends along. It's only 80 ringgit for 2 person, learning from a person, learning from Edward who has multiple experiences, and you want to know more about his travel experiences, can still ask him how to have his good conversation thing. In 1 hour, tak cukup to cover the whole thing. Okay, so that's all from us. We will come back to now, Edward. What is your 1, 2, 3 step or your conclusion for the whole talk show?
Okay, I think first thing is don't discount on what you do lah. I think if you can't solve, I mean, if there's always people looking for something. I mean, if they're not gonna find you, then they'll find somebody else. So myself, you will do your best to help them out. So like example, there's so many people who do website, right?
Yeah.
And they all need website. So you might as well be the one to help them solve the problem rather than thinking that, they can find somebody else. Yes, I mean, they can, but they're already finding for somebody. Don't be afraid to share what you do, basically, in terms of solving their problem, because they will need to solve their problem. And whatever you do best, I think you are the one that will be solving their problem for them. That's the first one. Second is don't be shy to talk to people. I mean, we can talk just about business, but there's always more than that, beyond that, in terms of if they are, let's say you're offering certain services, they're already having headache with something else. They won't be coming to you and tell, okay, I want that now. You might as well talk to them and let them share about what they want on that issues that they face first. Then maybe after that, hey, what you do? You know what I mean? Then you never know, because some of the people I met in along the way is all some weird conference, not a weird conference, some random conferences or some talks, and somehow they end up good friends and also as a client as well. And you will never know lah. So just be open with that. You will never know from the conversation. There's this thing called 6 degree separation.
Oh, okay.
Where you're just a few percent away from the president or from the prime minister, because you never know who they know. So just be a friend and genuinely share what you do. And the third is, of course, just if you can help, you can help. I think that's the most important thing. And I know sometimes wherever we are, we may feel that, then I'll lose out. Don't have that thought. If you think you're focused on lose out, then you will lose out. But if you focus on sharing, that there's always enough resources, then you will always have enough resources.
Okay.
And don't give up. I mean, there's always someone out there that I believe will be there to help us, or we share our burdens, and that will always keep us going for whatever goals that we have, and focus on that.
Okay, very nice summary, Edward. Thank you so much for the 1, 2, 3 that you given to summarize the whole talk show of ET Youth, and thank you so much for coming to ET Youth and share about your experiences. I have a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I think you guys are having fun also listening to all his stories. Basically,
thank you for the opportunity. Actually,
you're welcome. So basically, what I'm hearing from you is, first, be the best version of yourself. Second, be compassionate. Everybody is human, so just hear each other out. And the third thing is, produce positive thoughts, positive words, positive action. It will come back to you somehow. So these are the summary, and these are my takeaway. I hope you guys have your own takeaway too. You can share with us in the chat box, or you can share with us on our social media. Follow us, and the description is actually in the link is actually in the description. You can follow us, and you can let us know what is actually that you have learned from today's talk show. And with that, can we all give a round of applause to Edward? I guess that's all from us. Thank you so much for tuning in to ET Youth. See you next month.
Bye.